Good morning, people. Ah, such a joy to be here this morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. What a beautiful weekend it was. And looking forward to getting this week going. This week's already going. I'm looking forward to everything I got going on this week. I'm so grateful for the abundance in my life right now. The abundance of love and the abundance of work, the abundance of just life, lifing in and of itself. Lifing. It is a wonderful thing. So, now first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my phone, as I often do, and I do invite every single person that comes on this to go ahead and share it with on their wall. It's a wonderful thing to do because it means a few people might see it that wouldn't see it on Agape's page. You know, imagine all the way that this prayer time in the morning, how it lifts you and settles you into yourself and these things. Now imagine that just reaching one more person. Imagine that person may really need to release and let go of things going on in their life, and they might just have that moment in this prayer time. So pick up your phone, do it on your computer, share this video out to the world in other ways, and maybe, just maybe, be the angel that lifts somebody else's life. Right? So, this is Kelvin Hagan. Welcome to the morning prayer call. It's so good to be here. Most of y'all know me. If you don't know me, I'm Kelvin Hagan. You can find me on Facebook, and I'm available for individual prayer, and I'm available to talk, and I'm just available. That's what I do. So, let's take a look at some of these comments over here, where people are from, who's on, and what the prayer requests are. Remember, when we put our prayer requests in, we put them in, we do affirmative prayer. We affirm the truth of what is. The truth is, the Father has given me the kingdom. It's like everything is available to me. So it's up to me to choose how big a bucket I'm going to carry to the ocean, for instance. Right? If I carry a little tiny thimble or a shot glass to the ocean, I can only take a little bit of ocean with me. But the ocean is offering itself, all of it, to me. So maybe I'll carry a bucket. I'll feel really, really, really wonderful if I can take an entire barrel and a hand truck to the ocean. Maybe I'll take a pump and I'll just pump that ocean into my swimming pool. The swimming pool of my life, in my mind. So, remember, God is giving us the kingdom. Good morning, Portia. Hi, Deborah from San Francisco. Nice to have you here. Della's here from Portugal. Hi, Della. I'm grateful and thankful to get to be me today. Me too, Portia. I get to be me. You get to be me. Well, you get to be you. An Agape family, love from Orinda. Hi, Mary Jo. Happy Monday from Scotland from Philip. Hello, Philip. Lenora's tuning in from Monterey Park. Hi, Marcella. Good morning. Destiny. Amen. Life is abundant. We are blessed. Yes, we are. Good morning from New Mexico. Hello, Chloe. Hello, Beak. How you doing? Blessings from Sacramento. Mercy. Blessings to you in Sacramento. Good morning from Moore Park, California, from Lee. Cynthia sends a heart of love. Yes, Cynthia. Received and sent back. Thank you. Hello, Teresa. Nice to have you with us this morning. from San Diego. Henry, good morning. Zane, love, 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 and love to you all. What a time to be alive. Yes, truly, it is a great time to be alive. Good morning, Agape family. Hi, Tracy, Marvin. Now, just know that each time I just look at your name, see your name, or even if I don't see it, because sometimes they don't all pop up right away, you are part of this prayer circle, and you are part of the love that is being expressed for the world, and the love you share is being expressed back to us. Thank you. Hi, Marvin. Good morning. Affirming God's events. Yes. Blessings in my life. God is taking care of me. I affirm peace of mind, divine love, divine health, divine abundance, and knowing that all is well right here today in my world. That is right, Monique. You're all right already. Ha ha. Love it. Thank you, Monique. Whoop. Way to go. There it goes. Grateful for change. Yes to prayer. Hi, Keisha. Good morning. Della, good morning. Sally, Crystal, Dorothy. My thing's starting to pop around now, so I kind of start to lose folks. So it gets harder to ring and see everybody. Hi, Tahita. Good morning from Florida. Welcome in. Sherla. Well, when it starts to jump around too much, I guess that's telling me I'm blessing all of these prayers, blessing all these affirmations. Today, I affirm the truth of who and whose I am and the abundance of the world. It's a beautiful thing. Now, I opened my book this morning, and the meditation, I'm going to do a meditation from this book as well today at noon. But today, right now, I'm just reading from page 70 in Silence, The Power of Quiet in a World Full of Noise, which is the book I've been reading in my book club on Thursday nights at 6:30 Pacific time. And yes, you can join us. There's no cost. You can just tune right into, just find me on my Facebook page. It's pinned to the top post. The link is in there. And I am, again, Kelwin Hagen. Okay, letting go. I opened this up and I thought, letting go. That's only what 100% of all spiritual growth is about, right? Releasing, letting go. Do you know, God always gives me more than I can handle. Always. On a constant basis. I used to hear people say, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. And, I say, yeah, God does. God gives me more than I can handle, so I let go and let God. That I just know that I am taken care of, that the universe is my supply. And I don't need to handle everything on my own. And all I got to do to let go, sometimes is just take 3 breaths, and suddenly I'm in a brand new moment, and that other moment isn't bothering me anymore. Right? Okay, letting go. Now, I've read this back when we read it, but I don't remember exactly what it says here. So I know that this attracted me, so it's what I need to hear this morning. So I hope that it fills y'all's life as much as I expect it to fill mine. Letting go. Many Zen masters have said that non-thinking is the key to mindfulness meditation. To meditate does not mean to sit and think. When thinking takes over, you lose contact with your body and your larger awareness. We humans hold very tightly to our thoughts, our ideas, and our emotions. We believe that they are real and that to let go of them would be to give up our very identity. If you're like most people, you probably have a notion there's some as yet unrealized condition that has to be attained before you can be happy. Maybe it's a diploma, a job promotion, an income level, or a relationship status. But that notion may be the very thing that prevents you from being happy. To release that notion and make space for true happiness to manifest, you first have to experience the truth that entertaining your current idea is making you suffer. You may have entertained that idea for 10 or 20 years without ever having understood that it was interfering with your natural capacity to be happy. One night I dreamed that I was a university student about 20 years old. I was 60-something when I had this dream, but in my dream I was quite young. I'd been accepted into a class taught by a very distinguished professor, the most sought-after professor in the university. Delighted to get to be his student, I went to the appropriate office and inquired where the class was to be held. As I posed my question, somebody walked into the office who looked exactly like me. The color of his clothing, his face, everything was identical. I was very surprised. He was me. Was he me or was he not me? I asked the staff person if this person had also been accepted into the class, and she said, no way. You, yes, but him? No. The class was being held on the top floor of the building that same morning. I moved quickly to make it there on time, and then halfway up the stairs I wondered aloud, what is the subject of this class anyway? Someone nearby me told me it was music. I was very surprised because I wasn't a student of music. When I got to the classroom door, I looked in and saw that there were more than 1,000 students in the class. A real assembly. Through the exterior window, I saw outside a beautiful landscape of mountain peaks covered in snow and the moon and constellations above. I was deeply moved by the beauty. But then, just before the professor was about to come in, I was told we had to make a presentation on music, and I was to be the first presenter. I felt completely lost. I didn't know anything about music. I searched in my pocket looking for anything to help me, and I felt something metallic. I took it out. It was a little bell. I told myself, this is music. This is a musical instrument. I can make a presentation about the bell. Yes, I can do it. I readied myself, but just at the moment someone announced that the professor was coming in, I woke up. I regretted that so much. If the dream had continued for another 2 or 3 minutes, I would have been able to see him. That extraordinary professor who everyone adored. After I woke up, I tried to remember the details of the dream and understand its meaning. I came to the conclusion that the other man I'd seen in the office was also me. But maybe he was still caught and attached to some kind of views, and that was why he wasn't free enough to be accepted. He was perhaps a former aspect of myself that I had left behind, as I gained insight that helped me drop my attachments to views. To let go implies to let go of something. Something that we're holding on to may simply be a creation of our mind, an illusory perception of something, and not only the reality of the thing itself. Everything is an object of our mind and is colored by our perception. You get an idea, and before you realize it, you become stuck in the idea. You may get scared because of that idea you're believing in. You might even get sick because of it. Perhaps the idea brings you a lot of unhappiness and worries, and you would like to be free. But it's not enough that you want to be free. You have to give yourself enough space and quiet to become free. Sometimes we need to take a bit more time to look deeply into an idea or an emotion and discover its roots, to come from somewhere. After all, it was formed, perhaps in our childhood or even before we were born. Once we recognize the roots of an emotion or an idea, we can begin to let go, to let it go. The first step to stop the thinking, we need to come back to our breathing and calm our body and mind. This will bring more space and clarity so that we can name and recognize the idea, desire, or emotion that's troubling us. Say hello to it and give ourselves permission to release it. Wow, that was a little bit of a longer read than normal. When I got into it, I realized there was so much there, and I just had to read the whole thought. Letting go. Go back to those. Don't run from them. Don't fight them. You can't fight darkness. with darkness. You fight it with light. So you take the time to allow these thoughts to flow, to see where they're coming from. And once you see where they're coming from, then you can start to work at changing your perception of what that was back when that thought happened, whether it was yesterday, today, or 50 years ago. And you can change your whole life up to now by letting go of that one perception you had from something a long time ago. So letting go. And letting go doesn't mean we have to perfectly understand every detail, but we do have to understand where that thought came from. So powerful. I love this book. And I don't agree 100% with everything Nick Thich Nhat Hanh says. There are things I get in there and I go, oh, and you know what? I'm so blessed to not just flow in total, like, blind agreement to everything he says, because it gives me an opportunity to examine what he's saying and where he's coming from. Because everybody's saying a lot of the same things, but the direction they're coming and how they're bringing it in, sometimes one person talks to us in a clearer fashion for us than another person might. Yes. Love that. Letting go. Letting go. Okay, so now I got a bell now. I'll talk to you about the bell maybe later on. But I want to just say that if I hit this bell at any time, and this is true of me whenever I'm anywhere now, this bell is my moment to come back and take 3 breaths. So, and there's so many things in life that are bells like that to me, even when I'm working and whatnot. Sometimes my bell is just a couple of 4-letter words pop out of my mouth before I know it. And it's time for me to take 3 breaths and come back to this moment. So let's start this prayer time with the bell. And when I tap this bell, it's time for us to take 3 full breaths and come back to this moment right now as I go within with us with prayer. Okay? So with this bell, it's time for me to take 3 breaths. This bell is reminding me to let go of the moment right now that I'm experiencing. To just let it go and settle into this now, right here. No thoughts to distract me. And if a thought comes back through, I don't fight it. That's what this bell is for. This bell is to remind me to settle back into this moment, right here, right now. I release the past. I release the future. I let go of all conditions. I let go of all demonstrations. I let go of it all. And in this moment, I am grateful. I am so grateful for my life. I'm grateful that this morning I woke up. I woke up this morning and right above my head on my pillow was Orion, my companion kitty cat. I'm so grateful that I woke up this morning and I was breathing and I got to have another day. I woke up this morning, I was grateful that I had a snooze button so I could just turn over and wake up slowly, gently. I'm grateful for all the love that I feel. I'm grateful for the time I spent on Saturday finishing up much of the rounding off so many of the edges and getting ready for this class I'm going to teach, getting ready for putting that out there to the world. I am so grateful that I was able to take the time Saturday to finish that up. I'm grateful for Agape and the wonderful service that there was there Sunday. I was grateful that this Sunday I was able to be of service at the Triangular Center for Spiritual Living as I could be there sharing and being of service. I'm grateful for Reverend Michael and the wonderful teachings that he does and the beautiful expression of life and releasing and letting go that he gives us each week. I'm grateful for for all the things taking place everywhere in my life, in our life. I am grateful for this. Grateful for all of this, knowing that all of this is lifing. And the beautiful, absolutely gorgeous nature of lifing is taking place as everything everywhere. The blades of grass, the stars. Do you know that if you stop and listen, if you listen carefully enough, you can hear the stars, and that is the voice of life in God talking to us, speaking with us. All things are lifing. All things are God. Everything, everywhere. So simple that I almost have trouble sometimes even voicing what it is, because the divine nature of God has no start. It has no end. There's no beginning. There's no death. There is only lifing as everything. Lifing as me. I am this beautiful lifing nature that is nature. Because nature is everything, and I am nature. This is what I am. I get to be the expression of God, and I get to individualize that expression as me. How beautiful and how simple is that? That everything I am, God is. And everything God is, I am. Oh my God. I love that. So simple. And guess what, folks? This is true of me. It's true of you. It's true of each and every one of you, are individualized expression of the one pure life that is the only thing that existed, the living life, lifing of God. That is what you are. It is what everybody you look at is. It is what everything you see is. The very eyes you're looking at, you're looking out of, are the eyes of God. And every eyeball looking back at you is the eyes of God. We are the combined life of God as one. No thing, nowhere that is not this life. Celebrate that. Know it. Know it and allow it. Allow its expression out into the world. I deny in my soul, in my being, the negative thoughts. I deny the fear. I deny the doubt. And I know and express the truth. And the truth is that abundance is the very nature of God. And I am what God is. Therefore, abundance is my very nature. Joy. Joy is my very nature, my inner being. my expression of my pure and true self. This is what God is. This is what I am. Love. Love is the very expression of God, the very creative energy and source, the compassion, the love and compassion. These are what God is. Therefore, these are what I am. These are what we are. We are abundance. We are joy. We are peace. We are love. We are compassion. And I evoke all of these wonderful, loving, beautiful, expressive traits of God. I evoke them up from inside me. I evoke them up from inside inside each one of us. This expression of life, lifing. This is what I see the world is full of. This is what I see when I'm walking down the street and somebody's walking towards me and I look at them and I see in their eyes and I see the eyes of God looking back at me. This is what I see. This is what I know. Beyond belief. This is with a faith of knowing that we are one. Inside this beautiful life of God. This is what we are. So as I look out and I see each and every one of you, I declare that the perfect healing of God is taking place in you, in your life, in your spirit, and in your body right here, right now. I declare and know that the perfect life of God is taking place everywhere in the world where there is violence and there is anger and there is fear. That there too, the perfect life of God is moving forward and taking place and building a more compassionate, loving world. I know this. I know this beyond any belief. And there is no thing that can take that belief away from me, because I don't just believe it. I know it. I know that God is all there is. Therefore, you are God's. Ye are God's. It says it in the Bible. In my Father's house, there are many mansions. Mansions. The kingdom is within. So as I remember this, and I move through my day, I will remember that whenever I feel like the kingdom has abandoned me, I will take 3 full breaths, and I will come back inside to the kingdom, and knowing that I am filled, I am complete, I am the life of God, and there is no thing that can harm me, for I am before life. No, there is no before life. I have always been, and I will always be. You have always been, and you will always be. We have always been, and we will always be. So as I look at this and I realize that I got to just let it go. I let go of all fears. I let go of all things that restrain in and are not good. I let it go. And I give thanks. I give thanks for the simplicity of the oneness. And as I let it go and I release it, I know that it is already done and I am all right already. I let it go and I say, and so it is. Amen. Wow. It feels good to be me right now. I am blessed and a blessing. So I'm going to go over all of these comments. I'm going to go over them as much as I can this morning. I'll finish going over them when I can. Again, if you don't know me, my name is Kelvin Hagan, and it is my great joy to be here with you in prayer and meditative thoughts. Today, I'm just letting it go. I'm going with the flow. Join me. So, what do we got over here? Namaste, yes. Thank you, Chloe. As Gail Marie moves on to a new journey, as the light surrounds her. You're welcome, Lenoris. Good morning, Akanke. Thank you, Suzanne. Shani, and so it is. Amen. Grateful for improved radiant wholeness for us all, especially Reverend Jan, Katie, Ellen, Laura, and Casey. Reverend Jan. Hi, Patri. Welcome. So it is. Nope. It's only letting me look at a few of them. That's the way it gets when you're doing these. But I will look at the others later. Dorcas, hello. Thank you, and you're welcome. Lee, thank you. You're welcome. So, I'm Kelvin Hagan. I invite you to go to agapelive.com. Look at what they've got going on as classes. I know there's another class on spiritual living coming up with Reverend Kim. And I'm excited about that. That's going to be a beautiful class for everybody. Also, watch for what's coming up with me. I have a class I'm going to be promoting shortly myself, which I'll be promoting on my Facebook page on the book, this thing called Life. And there's all kinds of things coming up at Agape. So when you go to agapelive.com, look in their schedule. I know that the Sacred Saturday's coming up. And that's a day you can get involved around here in LA and around the country in different projects taking place for the communities that surround them and whatnot. And please join in on those. And just know, you heard it here today, and know it. I love you. I love you. I love you. Peace.